Welcome, welcome, one and all. Foundations for Success 101, Week 12. Hello, everyone. This is Matthew here. I'm just going to be presenting information asynchronously this week. There are two core reasons why I'm going ahead with asynchronous delivery of content. Number one, I've had a number of requests from students who are struggling with the volume of their work right now. So I wanted to move to the asynchronous method of delivery so that you have a little bit more management control over your time. Secondly, Zoom has been spotty this week, so it's not been very effective. Some students have not been able to enter Zoom classrooms. Others have been dropped randomly in the middle of class. So I thought it was wiser for us to have support videos this week that can be accessed at your own convenience. Okay, there'll be two support videos today. The number one video is this one. It'll be covering what to expect for the final exam. Second video will be looking at today's critical reading assignment, and the worksheet for that assignment is available on our VIU Learns page. Okay, so let's talk about the final exam. So the final exam is going to take place next Thursday. And I will open the test. It will be opened at 3:30, and we will give you 4 hours, plenty of time. That should give you enough time to complete the work and even have time to check and edit your own work. All right, there will be 3 sections covered on the final exam. The first section is going to be core concepts. So this includes any of the main topics that we've learned this semester, and you can go through and check your notes. So let's just make a list of the most relevant ideas that crop up. So we had reading and annotation. We had reading, skimming and scanning. We had the 6 study methods, those worksheets that I added from the library. We need to know about the format or the structure of an OSP old school presentation. We need to know about the best practices for presentations. That's talking about things like your voice, your eye contact, your body, presence, professionalism, all of those things. That's the article that we read right at the beginning of the course. Okay, let's see, where are we here? Then from here we started moving into, we had the effective methods for using slides. We had critical reading strategies. APA, both the citation side of things and the reference lists. Conducting research and using verbal citations within presentations. Now also we had some TED Talks that we covered, right? There was the Grit Talk, there was the Not Yet Talk by Professor Dweck. I believe we also did the 8 Secrets of Success and the 10 Minutes of Mindfulness. So it's not a bad idea to review and rewatch those TED Talks as well. So any of these topics might formulate a question on the final exam. So the content section, this core concept section, there will be anywhere between 6 to 9 questions, and each question will require, so you'll have to look at the in-depth and complete answers. And yeah, it shouldn't be too difficult, right? Because this is open book. Oh, let's see here. What did we forget there? We forgot Cornell notes. Yeah, and that list that I've given there, the relevant learning list, that's not comprehensive. It doesn't have every single thing we covered, but you guys know what we've covered. You've been in the class, you've been taking notes throughout, and I encourage you to work with your study groups and your partners. Make a little group and get together, use your study cards, and quiz each other, right? Great. So let's talk about the second section. Okay, so section 2 is the applied reading skills section. So there will be a section looking at your annotation skills. So you might be given a short section of an article, the first 2 pages of an article, and you will have to include annotation on that. There will also be a question dealing with skimming and scanning, which are more of those kind of finding the big ideas or finding specific answers. So again, I'll include some bit of an article. Like probably on the test, what you'll see is that there'll be the one document which is the actual test paper with all the questions, and then there'll be some supporting documents. And in this case, they'll probably be for the reading section. And lastly, in the reading section, there will also be some sort of a critical reading challenge. And we've been doing critical reading skills over the last couple of weeks, so you should be used to it. Think about it this way. Think about the activity where I gave you those multiple different sources and you had to look through the sources and try to find a connection between the 3 sources I presented and that new poem that had been created from or in reference to those original sources. There might be some sort of a creative challenge in that regard. Also, be mindful that your APA skills may come into play here. So you do need to review how to make reference citations and reference entries for the end of a paper. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Okay. And then the final section is the presentation outline. And this actually has a connection point to the task we're doing today. So our reading challenge that we're doing today is kind of a warm-up or a practice challenge to get us ready for the final exam. So you'll understand a little bit better what I mean about reading for presentation outlines after I go through the assignment today. But essentially, the assignment that you'll be working on this evening or on the weekend, depending on how you manage your time, will be you do these readings, you do some critical reading activity, you organize your ideas, and then you turn it into a presentation outline. So thus, there will be a connection point here between your reading skills and your presentation organization and creation skills. Yeah, and so we can anticipate that each of these 3 sections will have roughly the same amount of weight attributed to them. And if we go back, you can see, if we go all the way back to the beginning of our entire course, we can go back to check the syllabus. And what you'll notice is that the final exam is 20% of our mark. As I mentioned before, there will be a practice or kind of a review activity that we'll do in groups on Tuesday. So it'll be important for you to be present on Tuesday. Now, if Zoom is still acting up in a spotty nature and still not giving us the connectivity that we want, I can do the same type of thing I'm doing today where I'll present a video and then we'll go from there. Okay, so that basically gets us set up to start our studying this weekend. It should be a lot of review this weekend because you've essentially got 1 week from today to get ready for the final.